Alright, what's up everybody? This is Mobs from POVgaming.tv. I wanted to take a minute to talk about my next playthrough. Skyrim, basically my favorite game ever made. I just love this game. It's actually watching other people's Let's Plays for Skyrim is actually what got me into making content and making videos and making Let's Plays, because I enjoyed them so much and I wanted to be a part of that. So I don't know exactly why it took me so long to start doing a Skyrim Let's Play. I will see this one through to the very end. It is my favorite game to play. As I watched lots of Let's Plays, I noticed that there are really not very many heavily modded Let's Plays. A lot of them that you see are on Xbox, or God forbid, fucking PS3. And there's not a lot of heavily modded Let's Plays. So I wanted to do something different. I know that I have spent just as much modding this time as I have playing this game. A couple thousand hours playing this game, honestly, and multiple thousands of hours in Bethesda games in general. This game is very near and dear to me. It sounds stupid, but you know, for a really long time I was very unhappy with life situations and work and everything, and I would get home from probably what was a terrible day at work, because most were, because my job was extremely hard at the time, and I would look toward my nighttime. I was so hardcore about getting in my time to play this game that I would get home from work anywhere between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., which I had gone to at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. that same day. And the fact that I got to go home and play Skyrim and just forget about all of my shitty feelings and all of my shitty day, and I would just immerse myself in just the best video game experiences I've ever had. You know, some people like to unwind after work or after a long day by, you know, maybe smoking weed or like drinking. You know, I don't really do either of those things. I play video games. Video games are very literally my personal escape from what I have a very difficult life. Video games have always been there for me, and they're just such an important thing to me, because my life in general is so difficult. And of all the games I've played, Skyrim was the one I truly looked toward the most, you know, to calm me down and to make me feel better and to just chill me out. I mean, I would get home at, you know, like I said, midnight to 1 a.m. I would play Skyrim till 5 in the morning, sleep for 4 hours, and then go to work and do rinse and repeat for, you know, a year and a half. And I was so happy to do that because, you know, when I got off work I knew that I could just chill out, forget about my shit day, and play Skyrim. The modding is something I'm really into. This client alone, getting ready, this is actually in honor of the next DLC that's coming out. Getting ready for the new DLC, the Dragonborn DLC, I have reinstalled Fresh Install and fully rebuilt my client from the bottom up. There is not a vanilla thing in this game, except for maybe the quests and the characters, but even then, they're not either. I have, you know, close to 12 to 15 gigs of new textures installed, full system overhauls, I&I tweaks, you know, everything. I mean, if you name it, I've modded that aspect of this game. I mean, everything you're looking at on screen right now is a mod, just this little portion. My armor, my weapons, the loot on my back, the textures on the skin, my companion right there, which is the Ceraduin companion, which is one of the more advanced companions, the lantern she's holding, you know, the colors, everything, you know, the fact that it's actually dark at night. You know, I have probably over 200 mods attached to this client. I think 350 is the max. But I have concentrated for this playthrough on the visual of it all, and not necessarily the systems. I have a couple systems running. I have Skyrim, I have Skytest, Monster Mod, a different economy system that makes certain regions of the game more expensive than others, and certain regions of the game have different items based on the lore of that region. What I strive through in these games is for absolute realism to a point in a game where you throw magic, and absolute immersion. You know, for a long time I exclusively use scenic carriages, and that's another thing. I do not fast travel in these games. I chill and I run and I enjoy the world that I have created within this game. I mean, I literally created what I play, and you know, why would I fast travel to skip all over the shit that I, you know, spent so much time implementing and trying to flawlessly implement? And it is hard to get a client with this many mods and not crash, and I still crash on occasion. I'm still always a work in progress. Any Bethesda game is a constant construction site for me. What else? I never played through Dawnguard entirely. I wanted to play through each storyline, even though they're not that different from what I've read. I started on Dawnguard, and then work caught up with me, and I never fully played through it. And also, a lot of other games came out that I wanted to play, but I'm going back to where I belong, which is Skyrim. I wanted to take a moment to talk about my character. This is Mobs. Obviously, my character's name, that is. I remade my old main, which was basically a bard, and I stick to strict archetypes. I'm trying to play a bard that uses one-handed weapons, illusion, magic, alteration, and a bit of smithing. And I've maxed out my speech tree and stuff like that. I like to stay within a certain archetype to increase the challenge, to make the game more fun for me in general. I don't like to go crazy. I like to use my own morality system when I play these games, which sometimes I discover that my morality system, given the ability to do technically what I want, is kind of fucked up. But that's a whole nother story. Excuse me. So yeah, this character maxed out level 40 I believe. Maxed out all the things that I want. Maxed out illusion, alteration, one-handed, you know. Oh, crossbows. Also in honor of the Dawnguard DLC, I will only use one-handed and a stave offhand, or crossbows. Sticking to my theme of basically a mage bard type thing. I'm really excited to play through, because I spent, you know, several days now tweaking and perfecting this client so it can be the best experience for myself and for you guys to have the smoothest playthrough that I can provide. You know, as we go, I will be adding more mods and tweaking, and you know, with each new episode I will definitely talk about what I added and what has changed, what I took away. I'm definitely finding out some things are working with others, like for instance, Skytest and Monster Mod, though they say they're totally compatible, are roughly compatible. I don't want to get rid of Skytest because the realism it adds to the wildlife is unparalleled. I mean, it just makes the wildlife AI so smart. I might end up getting rid of Monster Mod just because it just adds, you know, a bunch of monsters, and I have the lore version of it, so I try to keep within the theme of Skyrim. It adds a bunch of monsters, but like, I'm not, you know, crazy for killing shit. I'm crazy for exploration and immersion. So, you know, I might get rid of Monster Mod. I definitely have deadly dragons. I try to, dragons being another big aspect of this game, I try to pump the dragons up. Deadly dragons, mighty dragons, diversified dragons, all in this client. Like I said, I want to play off the strengths that this game has introduced and that this beta has introduced. I'm sorry, beta, what the fuck? This DLC has introduced. So I'm really excited to offer this playthrough, because, I mean, this game is really important to me. It sounds so stupid, but, you know, Skyrim has been my therapist and my escape. And honestly, all Bethesda games since Morrowind have been my therapist and my escape from, you know, what can be at times a really difficult life. And, you know, it's actually oddly really emotional for me to talk about it. It sounds so foolish, but it's true, you know, it's fucking true. So, I'm actually getting goosebumps talking about it. That's how weird this is for me. It's almost like I'm talking to a therapist or to people that I don't know that maybe, you know, I don't mind telling things to. But, you know, I'm really excited to offer this playthrough. And this is just a small introduction. I'm actually camped right outside of the waterfall, right outside the beginning of the Dawnguard quest. And so I'm going to split this into several playthroughs, focus on this character. I want to do a Dawnguard playthrough. And I will work on the Hearthfire and building my own house and stuff as I gain money. So that's kind of a combination. I never fully finished the Mage's quest either, so I'd like to do a Mage quest playthrough. I think that would be fun since I am technically a Mage. And then, you know, when the DLC releases, I'd like to be there first day with all the content I can offer on it. Again, you know, I'm really thrilled to start this playthrough. It's just going to be so much fun. Alright, that's about all from me. This was a weird, personal, disclosure. Alright, as always, you can follow me, on Twitter at mobsdeep, and, povgaming.tv is the website. I always want to remind everybody, we do live YouTube shows every Monday, me and my friends. Just mainly a talk show, the POV show, and we'll expand that to an MMO and a console-specific show soon. I took a lighter job, as I've said before, so I have more time to focus on what I like instead of what I fucking hate and have to do to survive. I'm working on getting myself into a new position in life, and the position I'd like to be in is to make fucking video game videos for a living. Alright, thank you guys. I appreciate everything. Alright, later on.